It's Monday, and the energy is the King of Cups. This may represent a water sign person, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and it may be their sun, their moon, or their rising sign. The King of Cups may represent a man of some culture, intelligence, creativity. It's a man who is in touch with his feelings, in touch with his heart. And he's not afraid to be emotionally vulnerable or to connect emotionally. So this may represent a father figure, someone that you trust, a trusted advisor, because the King of Cups generally looks out for your best interest. It may be somebody that is mature, emotionally stable. You find it easy to talk with this person, discuss matters, and they generally give you good advice. It may be in the role of a professional. Perhaps this is a doctor or a judge or a lawyer or somebody who teaches. Or it may be a person who works in a professional capacity in service to others. He may simply be a good friend of yours, or this is somebody who's willing to step up to the plate and take some extra responsibility. And so this emphasizes assistance, responsibility, protection, concern, and being a good listener and also a good negotiator. So you may be involved in a situation where you are giving or receiving comfort, counseling others, and perhaps, relying on old-fashioned values. This is certainly a week where you're going to be taking on the traits of the King of Cups, and perhaps you're coming up with some original ways to get what you want, and if need be, get in the way of an adversary. So there is a shifting, subtle, changeable quality that helps you rise in the ranks. And it seems that maybe you accomplish more by doing less. And something is going to go according to your wishes without you really pushing that agenda too hard. And for some of you, this means that meetings, interviews, negotiations are going to go smoothly. People are willing to comply with the special requests that you may have. For some of you, you're going to have contact with people at a distance, and it's going to bring you some kind of good news, either personally or professionally. Others of you are realizing that you do need to get more in touch with your heart. You need to have intimate connection. And you may realize that you've been floating along by yourself for far too long. And you really need that close connection to others. Or you may come to realize that you really do care for someone more deeply. And maybe it's kind of taken you by surprise. Maybe there's some circumstances that really drove home how much a person means to you, more so than you even realized. And it's likely that if you are attracted to someone, that this is going to be mutual. So this is a week that really intensifies your desires. You may really want to make a good impression on someone. Maybe you're going to really put forth a lot of effort. Or maybe you want to make an improvement of yourself, a relationship, something that is emotional to you, maybe even a project. Maybe you want to preserve the status quo. You want to keep things the same. It's important to you. Or you want to defend what you feel is yours, what you feel you're entitled to. And because emotions are at play here, you may even feel the need to destroy whatever or whomever gets in your way, what you feel entitled to. It all depends on your mood, your emotions. Now, negatively, when the King of Cups is operating in his shadow, it can mean he is unstable. There's an immaturity. He doesn't know how to handle his emotions. Maybe he even plays a con game to manipulate others emotionally. So this could be a week in the negative where there are power plays, deception, insincerity, some kind of fraudulent behavior. It could mean self-indulgence, somebody that goes too far, somebody who's prone to escapism, whether that is a lack of responsibility or indulging in drugs or alcohol or sexuality. There's a weakness of character here. And perhaps in some cases, a ruthless thirst for position or power and the willingness to exploit others, to achieve those desires, some unbridled narcissism here. So it all depends on how this king is operating. Personally, you may be less willing to go along with others, or others may be less willing to go along with your agenda. And the harder you try to grasp control of a situation, the less control you begin to have. So for some of you, if that's the case, your meetings, your connections, your conversations with others will prove to be counterproductive. And this could be a day where you feel like your relationships are just not that rewarding. In fact, they seem to be rather complicated, and you may find yourself in some kind of entangling alliance. It could be that, there's the recognition that a plan or an agenda or course of action or the expression of an emotion lacks some sincerity, because this could be a day where it's very easy for you to lie to yourself or lie to other people, or perhaps be lied to. So it can be a day of either emotional support or emotional exploitation.